What's good, everybody? I'm Blitz5, and in today's video, I am happy to announce that we will be going over the 1.0 patch notes for PUBG on the Xbox One. So this moment is finally here. We've all been waiting for it all summer. This is like the hashtag Summer of PUBG event coming into fruition. That sweepstakes, by the way, is over, so hopefully one of us will win the Summer of PUBG bus that they did custom. I made a video about that. I'll link it down in the description box below. And to celebrate, I'm rocking my brand new PUBG fitted that I got off the Microsoft store. Just kind of shouting them out. I thought it was pretty cool. I like the PUBG logo, so I wanted to get that and support PUBG. And I also have my custom made Winner Winner Chicken Dinner t-shirt with my gamer tag on the side here. On this side, Blitz5, as I kind of try to figure out what's going on here. I have my webcam on the side. Figured I would show myself in real life as we go through these patch notes, and let's get into it before I ramble on. So they have a little intro here and the map for Sanhok. So what's funny here is they finally clarified how you pronounce Sanhok, and it's actually pronounced Sanhok. So I'm going to be trying to pronounce that correctly throughout this video for a lot of different pronunciations and all that stuff, but that is how you say it according to them. It's Sanhok. And here is the map for this. They're saying that this is actually 1/4 the size of Miramar and Erangel, which I thought was pretty interesting. I know it's small. It's the smallest PUBG map, but I didn't realize it was actually that small. When you play it, you really do feel it. It's very crowded, but in a good way, because the towns are very spread out, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of stuff going on. The map is very hilly. If you haven't played it yet, I would imagine like Erangel, but condensed and very hilly. So there's always a lot of cover, there's a lot of brush, and the saturation of all the grass and trees is a lot higher. There's a lot of different colors going on, so I really like the cover in this game and in this map, I mean, in particular, and it plays really great. And if you notice here, there's a lot of bridges here, the big bridges, and then there's also a bunch of small bridges here, and where like the land almost connects, and this just makes for a lot of great gameplay in these areas with the islands here. I had a match end on this island, and there's just a lot of interesting gameplay with that, and I really enjoy it, and I hope to see more water maps in the future if they keep going, because we know that we have a winter map coming. That's going to be the 4th map, and then we'll see how many maps PUBG eventually is going to create down the line, right? Years from now, who really knows. Anyways, let's get into it. So they've kind of optimized the map for the way that players and vehicles are loaded for a better performance in the game here. The weather on Sanhok is dynamic, which is cool. The red zones are smaller and last longer. I'm just going to go over like the major highlights here. This is something that you really notice. This is like a huge thing if you're going to take anything away. The blue zone is different on Sanhok. The blue zone on Sanhok has a shorter waiting time and longer travel time. So basically, like, as soon as you get to the circle in 30 or 40 seconds, the circle is becoming, again, the blue zone. So you got to stay on the move, but the blue zone is a lot slower. The blue zone is a lot slower in this map than on Erangel and Miramar, but you really have to be prepared, because as soon as you get into the next zone, it might be moving right behind you again, and it really makes a big difference here whether you're on the slower side of the circle or the longer side. But either way, you can normally outrun it. You just have to stay on the move, and you really have to kind of consider this when you play. You're going to notice a big difference in the blue zone. Then there's also this spawn balancing thing going on here. There's a lot of weapons available on Sanhok, especially if you drop into a big area. There's a ton of assault rifles and stuff like that. So the item spawn rules have been customized on Sanhok to get you equipped with battle faster. So they're saying that ARs, SMGs, and DMRs spawn more often. I mean, there's a million SMGs in this game. There's umps and vectors in every single, well, they're all over the place, but there's literally umps in like every single house. I'm exaggerating, but there's so many of them. And then in the in-game lobby, everyone starts with 20 apples, which you can throw at each other, which is just kind of a fun thing you can do while you're waiting. And I saw this on PC, and I had done it. It's a nice little touch. Just little things like this make the game kind of fun. It's random, and it's enjoyable. Then let's get on to the new weapons. I'm happy I've played the game because I can kind of comment on these weapons. We have the QBZ, which I think kind of replaced the Scar on Sanhok, and then we have the QBU, which replaced the Mini 14. They're both 5.56 millimeter rounds. This holds 30. The QBZ is the rifle, which kind of like a FAMAS kind of gun, holds 30, can be extended to 40, and the QBU DMR style weapon, not as strong as a sniper rifle, shoots faster like the Mini 14, holds 10 rounds and can be extended to 20. So far, the QBZ is a strong gun, kind of shoots like the Scar. It's automatic, doesn't have a ton of attachments. It's basically just like the Scar from my rough opinion of it. I don't love this gun. Been picking it up because it's the new weapon, but what I do love is the QBU. This gun is fantastic. If you're not moving, you're posted up and you're crouched, or you're laying down and using the bipod for extra stability, which is part of the weapon here, you can actually, I mean, the bipod is usable. You can lay down. It actually reduces your recoil. This gun just wrecks people. I got a couple nice kills with this at like medium long range. It's really, really nice. If you get a silencer for this thing, you could just pop off shots and just be hiding in the bushes. And nobody really knows where you're getting shot from. Then we move on to the new vehicle. This is called the Roni. This is like a Jeep, a pickup truck, a small little pickup truck. It says Roni on the back and holds up to 4 passengers and is one of the vehicles. There's not a lot of vehicles on Sanhok. You can run around for a long time without seeing one. And one thing that's interesting in this game is that in previous maps, Erangel, Miramar, if you see a beat up car, it's usually blown up or part of the environment. And then the nice looking cars you would get in and drive around. But in Sanhok, it's hard to tell what vehicles are live or like drivable because they all are pretty beat up. And what's interesting is the pickup truck actually doesn't make a lot of noise. It's kind of weird. You're so used to all the trucks and now the muscle car Miramar being so loud. And the pickup truck is like surprisingly quiet. I don't know if that's on purpose or if it's just like they're working on the sound, but it's like super quiet and it's very fast for being a truck. And it really trucks through all of, I guess pun intended, all of the hills. You can kind of just keep going. It's really strong. I even ran into like a tree and it didn't do too much damage. So this thing is very durable. It's good for cover. And this is a nice addition to the map for sure. Nice addition to the game, really. Then we have, this has already been announced in the PTS. We've seen this already and I made a video about this. We have the weapon skin system, which, I mean, there's going to be a ton of videos around all this stuff. We have like, you know, all the different skins for the characters, weapons, parachutes, all that stuff. I'm just going to skip through that. Then we have the new crate system, which again, this could be a whole nother video. In this patch notes, I've actually described or put out the exact drop rate for this. So like common items look like they're going to be around 8 to 10% drop rate. And the rarest items in the game are 0.0064. So we got the cloth masked, checkered. Then we got the gold plated S shotgun. This is 0.0064. 0.0064. This is the rarest thing with the 0.0128% being the second rarest. So we see this across the board here. Again, probably make another video about this later on. We're just going through the patch notes for this video. Then we have the playlist here where you can do Battle Royale, which is Erangel and Miramar, which I think this is a great split up. I think this is a great way to do it. Do you want to play the regular game, longer, bigger map, or do you want to play Mini Royale? I think this is a great way to give you map selection, but not split up the player base enough because, you know, I think people would be worried that Miramar wouldn't get played or someone searching for Miramar wouldn't get into the game. And I think for now, this is great because everybody wants to play Sanhok. So you can pick Sanhok doing Mini Royale, or if you want to just play regular, do that, or you do all 3 in one playlist. So I think this works for now. I know everybody wants really specific map selection, but for right now, I think it works. Just repeating myself. And for performance, they've optimized it for the OG Xbox One. I like how they say that. And also the Xbox One X, which is good. They fixed a bunch of issues here, which I was having this too when you aim down sights or have another controller. The sensitivity after aiming down sights goes down. There was people who had trouble getting in other vehicles. They fixed that. Some frame rate stuff. I've heard of this thing where the screen would get darkened on the HDR monitor. That happened to one of my friends. That's fixed allegedly. And some other things going on here. And then also a little bit of a bummer here, but it makes sense. They're kind of scattering this out. War mode is not in the game right now. And this is coming in late September. Probably imagine the end of September, and then custom games are coming sometime in October. So let's find where they said this exactly. So we have kind of scattering it out. Sanhok is available today. We've already been playing it. We expect to begin offering War Mode as a weekend event in late September. I hope they extend this past one weekend because it was kind of delayed. And then full custom match functionality to release in mid-October. So there you have it, guys. 1.0, they're saying, is just the beginning. Still doesn't feel like a full-on game that you would buy for $60, but hey, the game isn't $60. It's $30. You don't have to pay any more for it. I think that's fair. I know people are used to some games being free, a la Fortnite and stuff like that, but I think this is a great deal right now. I feel like the $30 feels a lot more valuable now for the game. There is kind of the event pass going on here, which is $10, which if it's only lasts for 30 days. So I hope that it's not something that you have to pay $10 for every month. If that's the case, then I don't think I'll be doing that because I don't plan on spending $120 on this game a year buying event passes. But I think that the game is kind of priced well. I'm sure they're making a ton of money off the event pass and people buying stuff. I made my first in-game transactions this week or in the past week. I bought the $4.99 Breaking Bad like yellow outfit because it's permanently gone now. It's unavailable after the game preview. And I also bought the first event pass, so I'm going to be checking that out, making videos about that, seeing what it's like to use the event pass. So these are the patch notes for the game. Playing on Sanhok, in my opinion, just my personal opinion, is pretty good so far. The loading has been fine. I haven't been getting like super Lego kind of buildings or whatever, Play-Doh buildings people call it. That hasn't been happening to me. The close quarter combat hasn't been too bad. It still kind of lags as you're about to die, which is frustrating. You're shooting somebody, it lags, and then you either find out if you won or lost. I hate that, but that's still happening. Other than that, close quarter combat is working pretty well, and it's better. It's come a long way since April, when it was just really bad and crashing every single game. I haven't crashed yet since updating the game, but I've only been playing for a day, and that's pretty much all I can say at this point. We'll find out more as people keep playing, and hopefully it works out well. But I'm sure there's been a lot of demand on the servers because a lot of people are downloading it, and it's handling it pretty well. It's better than the server crashing and us not being able to play. That didn't happen. So props to PUBG Corp and Bluehole Corp. Game is a lot of fun, and yeah, get to it. Hope you guys enjoyed the game. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I'm Blitz5. Thank you all for watching, and peace out.
Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, what the fuck?